attempt to live stream for YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So here's to hoping that it will work out. However, I have not gotten Yellow Duck to work for the streaming key for Instagram, so I have to do it separately on my phone, which is here. So look a little bit different for Instagram. And yes, I'm using Yoga Blocks to hold my phone. So here we go, going live. Right again next week, see how it goes. So I'll wait for a couple of folks to pop in. I think my mom is promised that she'll pop in. So this is waiting a little bit for folks to come on in. So this is my second attempt at multicasting on multiple platforms for with one video, but so far I only got YouTube and Instagram to work on Caster, but I'm hoping it will work this time. It didn't work the first time. And I'm streaming from my phone for Instagram simply because I couldn't get Yellow Duck to work. If anybody has any advice, please let me know. So this is a short chair yoga practice. We'll be in the chair the entire time. The reason for this is multiple reasons. First of all, because some of us are at a desk and we may have 5 minutes for a little stretch, and maybe you'll only be here for 5 minutes. You can fast forward on this video if you're watching it after. Some of us may have hip injuries or knee injuries and we're recovering, or ankle injuries, and it's just safer, feet injuries, to do this on a chair, entirely seated. So roll the shoulders back, lengthen the neck, lift the chin, soften the gaze towards the floor. So just centering ourselves to transition from whatever we were doing before to this short seated yoga sequence. Slow the breath down. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold the breath for the count of 4. Exhale slowly to the count of 6. At the bottom of 6, hold for 1, 2, and start over. Inhaling for 4 counts. Holding the breath for 4 counts. Exhaling for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath again for 2. 1, 2, and inhale again for 4. Last round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. So fingertips touch on the inhale for 4. They come apart slightly. Hold the breath for 4. And then exhaling, notice that the fingertips come back together for 6. Hold the breath for 1, 2. Starting over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2, and again inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 3, 4. Exhale, hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2. Release and shake that out a little bit. Bring the arms up overhead. Maybe you can touch the shoulder blades, but reaching back, even if they're hovering behind you, reaching back, so lifting up. And doing this 4 rounds again, same thing. Inhaling to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath. 2. Starting again. Inhale, 1, 2. And inhale again for 4 counts. Hold the breath for 4 counts. Exhale for 6 counts. Hold for 2. And last round. Just a mini sequence here. Inhaling for 4. Hold the breath for 4. Exhale for 6. And hold for. So lengthening the spine. On an exhale, leaning over to the right side, keeping the chin lifted and shoulder blades together on the chair. All the way up, both fingertips reaching up. Left hand to the left side of the chair. Keep the right hand lengthening upwards. Inhale, and then on the exhale, leaning over. Breathing into that right side body, space between the ribs. And inhale, come to center. So one more time on each side. Inhale, lengthen straight up, creating space between those vertebrae. Wait for the exhale to lean over to that one side, compressing those oblique muscles in the abs. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, hold. Inhale the right arm up, lengthen. And wait for that exhale to side stretch over to the other side. Good. And inhale all the way up. Thank you everyone for joining. Now for some seated twists. So hands on the shoulders would just warm up the spine a little bit by bringing the shoulders back and forth, like a little shoulder shimmy, forward and back, forward and back. Now roll the shoulders, especially if you have or have had any shoulder issues, just warming up those shoulders. All right, and now for the twist. Lengthening up, creating space between those vertebrae, and exhaling, twisting over to the right side. So I have right hand on the outside, left hand on the outside of the right thigh, outside of the left thigh. And if you feel yourself leaning back or rounding, find some length in the spine. That already starts to engage the abdominal muscles, all right? If your neck is okay with it, look over the back shoulder. Inhale, come to center. Inhale, lengthen, again, creating spaciousness between the vertebrae, and exhaling over to the other side. And you can always hold on to the chair if you're not feeling stable. Finding length in that spine and only looking over the back shoulder if the neck is okay with it. And coming center. Doing that again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Ooh. Hands at the heart and left elbow over to right thigh. So if this is like hell for the no, then you don't do it, right? It's just another option. Just do it. Do what works for your body. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands at the heart, and a little twist over to the other side, either with the revolved prayer or just the same thing that we did before. And release and shake it out. Okay, so now for the abs and our legs. Hold on to the chair and come to the tippy toes. And then lift the right leg up and down. And again, lifting it up and down. One more time, lifting it up. Down. So come to the tippies of the toes. Really hold on to the chair. So this one is a hard one. Just play with it. See how it goes. Pressing into the chair and maybe lifting both toes up and releasing down. One more time. Pressing into the chair. Really hold on to the chair and lift up and release down. And feel the strength that you're building here in the belly. Now shift the weight forward in the chair. I'm going to come sideways so that you can see me sideways. Oh, sorry about that. My mat. Lumpy mat. Okay, sideways. So, and I will take the sweaters off so that you can see what my back is doing here. So, on the edge of the chair, so these are seated cat-cows, Inhale, lifting up. It can also be called a seated camel if you're holding onto the chair. Big breath in and exhale, rounding. Last one. Inhale, lift up, hold on to the chair, lift the chin, and exhale, around. Okay. So come back to sit my chair back. And time for a little hip opener here. So option one is to bring the knees wide and then fold forward in between those knees. Lengthen the breath and slow down as you're folding forward. And then roll all the way up. Our practice is almost finished for this live session. Either do that hip opener again, or see if it's possible to bring that right ankle to the left thigh. Flex the foot. Maybe press the right hand into the fleshy part of the right thigh, not the knee. Never ever press on the joint, on the fleshy part, open out to the side, and another option is to fold forward. 2 breaths here, and then come all the way up. Uncross, shake it out. Inhale, lifting up, and either folding forward again, if that's the one that you're choosing, or if you did the right leg, seeing how it's possible on the left side. So I'm really rotating my left thigh out to the side because I'm healing from a left knee injury. So I need to make sure that there's a full outer rotation here. Take a big breath in and exhale, left hand into left thigh. Opening the hip out to the side, if that's the option you're choosing. Maybe folding forward if that's the option that you're choosing. Taking 2 breaths. And if you're folding in the middle, roll up. If you cross the legs, uncross the legs. Take a big breath in and out. So the next pose is a seated forward bend. So just lifting the right leg up. This is where I'm like, oh, is the bottom of my foot clean? It is. So lifting the right leg up. I'll go to the side. I think it might be a little bit more, the visual might be a little bit more, yeah. All right, I'll move this back for Instagram. Okay, lifting that right leg up. Another option is to bring the hands underneath the right thigh and extending the leg up. If you're in a space, physical space, your body or the space around you in a room, and release down. Of course, if you're in an open space office and you're wearing a skirt, I would not suggest that. Other side. So either holding onto the chair and just extending the left leg out. And this is a downward dog shape. So if there are any yogis out there, yoga teachers out there, this is a downward dog shape if the arms are up overhead, okay? So either here, maybe with a little help with the hands underneath the thigh, maybe the hands underneath the calf, and maybe if you have the space, physical space, availability to do so, maybe with the yoga toe hold, and release and shake it out. Okay. Tap the top of the head. Tap the top of the head. It's like a reset button. There's a pressure point up here. So tapping the top of the head. This is the place where our head would be if we were standing on our head. Maybe massaging it a little bit. And then release the hands down. Turn the palms up if you need more uplifting, palms down if you need a little more grounding today. Gaze towards the floor, eyes closed if you feel safe to do so. Soften the jaw. Align the shoulders over the hips. And here, just taking 5 long to help on the in-breath, think present. On the out-breath, think moment. I have one more breath left for my 5 to be complete. Take your time to finish up those 5 breaths. A little check-in to see how you're feeling. I'll be able to live stream to 3 platforms at the same time with one software instead of my phone and my laptop. Bye, everybody. Okay.